Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Thursday, July 9th, 2020. And this morning we saw the market gap up in the majority of the instruments. Looking at ES here in the top left chart, we saw the market gap up above the prior day high. We had some news come out early on that spooked the market, and we ended up putting in an outside day pattern. So our gap up above the prior day high gives us a higher high on the daily. And now that we had this news come out and sell off, we took out the prior day low, which is over here on my chart around this 26 level. We took that out and we have since bounced. So this is called an outside day where you've got a higher high and a lower low forming. And we've bounced and we're right around in the middle of the range right now. So what I'm going to do is just test this pattern going into the close where we've got an outside day, but we're trading right around the middle of this outside day that's formed. And it is worth noting that this pattern has only happened in the ES so far today. We've got some pretty similar patterns here. Russell didn't quite gap up above the prior day high, so it doesn't quite qualify. Neither did the YM. It was very close, and the NASDAQ did not take out yesterday's low. So it's kind of different in all of the instruments, but they all kind of have similar price action at the same time. So let's go ahead and define this and discover. We'll look at all four instruments, even though it's only true at the time of this recording for ES. And then let's use an intraday time-based entry of, we'll use 3 p.m. So we'll just be looking at the last hour and 15 minutes of trading. It'll exit at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. The opening filter I'm going to use is we opened above the prior day high. So when I use that in combination with a post-open filter that says that the intraday low is less than the prior low down here, that'll give me the outside day pattern. So the range low being less than the prior low in combination with opening above the prior day high, that creates the outside day pattern. Now, to put that we're trading in the middle portion of the range, the way to do that is to just exclude that we're not trading in the top quartile of the range and we're not trading in the bottom quartile of the range. So that leaves us an area of about 50% of the daily range right there in the center of the range, which is where we're trading at the time of this recording. So I can do that. And then lastly, I'm going to add an indicator of simply above a 200. I'm not going to put anything else in there just because samples will get too small if I do. And then click View Results. All right, so here are the results, and these again are based upon going long at 3 p.m. Eastern time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. When you open above the prior day high, your low is less than the prior day low, and you're trading in the middle portion of the range. And I'm defining the middle portion of the range as plus or minus 25% of the range from the midpoint. So the middle 50% of the daily range, and above a 200-day moving average. So we've got 31 samples in the ES, 40 in the NASDAQ, 34 in the YM, 22 in the Russell. This is not a pattern that happens all that often. And win rates on these are very neutral. We've got ES right around 55%. And again, when you get sample sizes around 30, 40, this one only 20, it only takes 1 or 2 trades to start skewing the win rates. And we're not even seeing much of a skew. They are just hanging around 50% on these. So this looks very neutral to me. I'm not sure why, but for whatever reason, ES does have a larger average loss in this pattern than the others. The others are pretty similar on the average win to average loss. Perhaps ES catching an outlier on 1 or 2 of the trades that's causing that. But for some reason, that's a little bit larger than the others on the average win to average loss. But this pattern is very messy looking. I am not seeing any sort of bias going into the close the way that this is developed. So hopefully you found that interesting. Good luck today, and we will see you tomorrow.